What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Running back Ezekiel Elliot and the Cowboys agreed to a deal that will make him the highest paid running back in the NFL. 6 years, $90 million. $50 million of it is guaranteed, which has surpassed running backs Ty Gurley's contract that had paid him 4 years, $57.5 million contract. And with incentives, it could have been up to $60 million. And his guarantee was $45 million. So just look at the guarantee, because that's what it's all about. All the other numbers really don't matter. It's the guaranteed money is what holds weight. Ezekiel Elliott is getting $50 million guaranteed, so it surpassed Ty Gurley's at $45 million guaranteed. Last season, Ezekiel Elliott led the NFL in rushing. Todd Gurley led the NFL in total touchdowns. So they've been the 1 and 2 running backs really the last 3 years, as Ezekiel Elliott led NFL in rushing 2 out of 3 years. In the 1 year he did not lead the league in rushing. He missed 6 games because of suspension from the NFL. But he did, even in that year, he led the league in rushing per game, leading rushers per game. Leading the league in rushing per game. So he's had him and Todd Gurley has been the top 2 running backs, along with Le'Veon Bell's probably been the third guy right there with when he's with the Steelers. And Jerry Jones, all that bravado and all that talking about Zeke who, and had the people over there rolling, laughing and stuff, all the reporters and stuff like that. When it got down to it, he knew Ezekiel Elliott's worth. Ezekiel Elliott is the straw that stirs the drink. And he signed Ezekiel Elliott to that contract, made him the highest paid running back in the NFL. Next in line will be Dak Prescott. As you heard earlier, Goff got a contract that would have paid him $110 million contract, total value of his contract. He just signed that yesterday. So you look for Dak to try to top that. Maybe give him maybe $112 million, $111, just something that's more than what Jared Goff got. And Wentz, the quarterback from the Eagles, he got $108 million. He signed his contract before training camp started. He got $108 million. So look for Dak to make more than those 2 top guys, because those 2 guys basically set the market. Carson Wentz was the first one to sign out of that rookie class, and he got $108. So I guess Gary Goff said, I got to get more than him. I took my team further to the Super Bowl. He's been hurt a lot, so I got to get more than him. And he got 112. Now Dak is going to be really interesting, because he's probably got a better overall one-loss record than Jared Goff. But Jared Goff actually took his team to a Super Bowl. That's 2 steps further than Dak has taken his team. So it'll be interesting to see what he get. But I think the ceiling will be $111 million for Dak. He's going to want at least $1 million more than Jared Goff. But again, this is all about Zach today, man. All about Zeke today. He signed with the Dallas Cowboys. He'll be in training camp today. The Cowboys are one of the, in my opinion, one of the favorites to get to the Super Bowl at the NFC. I look at the Rams as the top team, but I don't look at them as a high, like a head and shoulders above everybody else, all other top contenders. But I think they are the team to beat, the top team in the NFC. And then you look at the teams right there, the next tier. I'll put Dallas, New Orleans. I put right there in that second tier, Dallas, New Orleans, Philadelphia. I think you've got to put Seattle right there now. And I think those are the next tier teams, right? Just a niche below the Los Angeles Rams. So, but without Zeke, man, you're putting starting your season off in jeopardy, and you never know. You can say, oh, it's only a couple of games start the season. He might miss. Those 2 games can be the difference between you playing in the first round of the wild card round and you having that bye week and making your path that much easier to get to the Super Bowl. Having that bye week and having a home game after the bye week, and you just basically have to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. So again, Zach, that's a good deal for Zach. Ezekiel Elliott is a good deal for him. He's gonna have to be more mature off the field, because they've showed a lot of faith and a lot of trust in him, Jerry Jones, and he's gonna have to keep his nose clean and don't get in no trouble. Don't be running over security in the parking lot, pushing security over in the parking lot when you and your girl are arguing. Don't be pulling girls' tops up on boats and stuff like that. So hopefully he can stay out of harm's way and keep his nose clean, as I say, and live up to the contract and live up to the trust and faith that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones have now given you. So we'll see what transpires as the season goes. But he's one of the most integral parts to the Cowboys. Now, other running backs like Melvin Gordon, he's not the integral part to the San Diego Chargers, as he's holed out right now. And it's looking like that holdout is gonna go well into the season, as everybody knows that Phillip Rivers is the straw that stirs that drink in San Diego, and that's the reason why they can probably do it by running back by committee and still be successful. I don't think they'll be as much successful without Melvin Gordon. And it's not only Melvin Gordon, but the Chargers have lost some other key players on defense. They lost Bosa. I don't think he's going to be ready. They pass rusher. Derwin James, one of the elite secondary players, young secondary players in the NFL, is going to miss some games. So it's not just only that loss, but it's a couple of losses that I think is going to take the Los Angeles Chargers down a notch than what they were last year when they went 12-4 and won a playoff game before getting destroyed by the New England Patriots in the second round of the playoffs. So again, we'll see if the Cowboys can improve on their situation, as they lost to the Los Angeles Rams in the second rounds of the playoffs after they defeated the Seattle Seahawks in the wild card round. So they'll be looking to at least get to the NFC Championship game for next season to be a success. If they don't get to at least the NFC Championship game, I think the next season will be labeled as a big disappointment. A lot of people be saying they need to get back to the Super Bowl after, 23 years? But I think with the NFC being so loaded, I think they at least got to get to the NFC Championship game. If they get beat in the second round or the wild card round, this is going to be considered a disappointing season. Now, like I said, the next two things they're going to be looking next two guys that they're going to be looking to lock up is, I think, Dak Prescott, and they probably they'll probably have that wrapped up somewhere start of the season. So within the first two games of the season, I think they'll have Dak locked up, if not less than that. They might even get him locked up before the season starts. But I think no less than 2 games into the season, they'll have Dak Prescott locked up. And then after that, they'll go to Amari Cooper and try to lock him up somewhere during the season. They'll try to take care of him. And then they'll have their big 3 locked up and ready to make a Super Bowl run this season and the coming season. So again, Ezekiel Elliot, Dallas Cowboys running back, signs a 6-year, $90 million contract with the Dallas Cowboys. $50 million of it is guaranteed, and that's the main part of this deal. $50 million guaranteed for Ezekiel Elliott. He gets that. If he goes out there and tears an ACL in practice today, it don't matter. He's gonna get that $50 million. That's going into his bank account. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. Holla.